संसारको संसार विश्व नेपाल संसार
World Nepal Communication, Communication of the World. Fiona Hudson Kelly is one of Britain's few successful award-winning female technology entrepreneurs. Nowadays, she is here in Nepal as a volunteer teacher. This is her first visit to Nepal. She is an author as well. Let's have a conversation with one of the towering personalities of female technology entrepreneurs. Hello and namaste. First of all, welcome to Nepal.
Thank you. Namaste.
How do you like to introduce yourself?
I'm many things. I'm a mother and a grandmother. So I have 4 adult children. 2 live in the UK, which is where I'm from. 2 live in Australia. And I have 2 beautiful little grandchildren as well. I'm also an entrepreneur, a woman that's made her own way in life and created her own destiny. So I start companies, I grow companies, and I sell companies. I sold my last company almost 3 years ago. So now I invest my own money in younger startups, tech startups. We call this angel investing. Quite often these young people have nowhere to go to raise funds. And so angels come in and put their own money in and help support those younger people to grow their technology companies. I also write and speak about my journey and endeavour to inspire other young people, not just women, other young men and women that perhaps don't have the opportunities of parents, wealthy parents, opportunities of good education, and opportunities of family support and money. So I want to inspire other people that have a similar sort of background to where I came from, that they can reach higher, they can be more ambitious, they can follow their dreams through hard work, good ideas, and entrepreneurship.
Why did you decide to come to Nepal to volunteer?
Oh, that's a good question. So, having sold my last business 3 years ago, I was considering what I'd like to do for the next chapter of my life. It's difficult because when you've been successful, both personally raising a family and through business, when that's gone, my children have left home and have their own lives now, my business has been sold, it creates a void. So what's my purpose? I definitely don't want to retire. So I decided to take a little bit of time out to reflect on how fortunate I'd been, find some gratitude, and to take a year travelling that I never got the opportunity to do as a young person because we didn't have any money. So I've been travelling for 9 months now, and Nepal was always on my bucket list of places I'd love to come to. Why? Because I've only heard great things from friends that have been to Nepal. So having travelled across Africa and South America and Asia, I decided to come to Nepal for a month for both its splendour. So I've been hiking in the Annapurna foothills for 2 weeks, which was absolutely beautiful, but also to come to some of the villages and some of the cities to get a real feel for Nepal and to connect to the beautiful and inspiring karma that's here in Nepal and to absorb it.
Okay, explain Nepal shortly from your point of view.
Shortly, from what I've seen so far, it's beautiful. It's a contrasting melting pot of everything. You go to Chitwan and you have the safari, and you have the jungle, and you have the rainforest, and you have the crocodiles in the river. You go to the villages, and it's such a simple way of life. Those villages are remote, self-sufficient. They have to do everything, and most of it is by hand, and yet there's no complaints. There's beautiful food. They grow their own corn. They grind their own flour. They make their own bread, and they are so welcoming and hospitable to us. And contrast that with Kathmandu, which is the craziest place I have ever been. And I've been to some crazy places. I've travelled across Africa. I've been to Taiwan. I've been to Vietnam. I've been to India. But it's captivating. It's like addictive. You've got roads that in any normal circumstance you would never cross, and we're crossing them. You've got traffic that's unbelievable, yet few accidents. You've got this beautiful culture of kindness and friendship that I think comes from the inspired by the religious ethics within Nepal, and it's great. But it's I mean, I come from London, and this is a huge melting pot of anything and everything. It's amazing.
Please share your experiences while volunteering in Nepal.
So this is something that I did in Africa as well. This is something that I didn't want to. I wanted a meaningful year out. If I'm going to take a year, I didn't just want it to be luxurious travel. There was some of that. I wanted it to be meaningful for me and for the people that I was working with. So when I came to Nepal, I came through an organisation called IVHQ. Locally, the organisation is called Vertical Ascent, and they have placed myself with many other volunteers as well into a community where I can spend time working with women that didn't have the same opportunities as myself in terms of being able to have access to education and school. And those women age range is from 16 to 74. I'm 62, and I'm working with volunteers that are in their 20s and in their 30s. And it's just beautiful to be able to support those women. Why do they want to learn English? Why does a 74-year-old Nepali woman whose first language isn't even Nepali, it's Nawali? She has to learn Nawali, she has to learn Nepali, and now she has to learn English. Why? She wants to be able to communicate to her grandchildren. Her grandchildren do speak English. Some of her children are away from Nepal and write in English. And I just find that so inspirational and motivational that at 74 years of age, she wants to learn this third language. She speaks more English than I speak Nepali. Some of the women have been teaching me some Nepali, and I'm so bad, but it's helped me to understand how they must feel when we're talking a language that is foreign to them.
You are an author as well.
I am, I write.
How do you connect yourself with the huge number of readers?
That's a really good question. My main way of connecting, I have two ways of connecting. My main way is through social media. So I am always open and receptive to people contacting me through social media. But I also go and do a lot of talking, inspirational talking, where I can reach many people. So I'll go to an event or a university where there's maybe 500 people or 1,000 people, where I can get my message that have a dream. Hold that dream tight. Don't listen to people that tell you you can't do something because you don't have the money or you don't have the right connections or you're not educated enough. I go to colleges and schools as well as university. University isn't open for everybody, and try and inspire them with my journey that they too can create a better future for themselves.
What is the main goal of your life?
My main goal of my life is to make a difference, to have a purpose. So I have been very blessed. I've been very blessed personally to have 4 healthy children, 2 healthy grandchildren. I've been very blessed financially to be able to have the success that I have from my entrepreneurship. I've been very blessed being able to have both of those things, doing something I love, which is growing and selling businesses. So now I'm looking for my next purpose in life, and my next purpose in life is to try and inspire kindness and compassion with people that I meet. I want to take this message and say to other people that, like me, that perhaps can't take a whole year off work, or they haven't just left university, they don't have that time, but they have vacation time. I'd like to inspire people to take some vacation time to give back to others, because you're not giving your time. It's not about you and coming here and supporting and helping these women. Honestly, I've got so much more back in return. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to volunteer. I'd like others to consider giving back as well.
What message do you want to give mankind around the world?
Mankind, womankind, let's have some more women in power. And maybe the world would be a safer place, and just stop the wars, stop fighting. It doesn't matter about territories. You know, we've got bigger problems to deal with. We've got a climate meltdown. We're destroying our planet. Let's stop destroying each other. And let's have some empathy and compassion for those that perhaps don't look like us, walk like us, talk like us. They're still humans. So for mankind, I'd like empathy and kindness.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, and namaste for your valuable time. Keep on progressing and smiling.
Namaste. Thank you.
संसारको संसार विश्व नेपाल संसार
World Nepal Communication, Communication of the World.